Hey everyone, I'm Blake with Ridgeline Defense, and today I'm going to be talking about a multi-part series in my preparation for the tactical games, which we'll be hosting on our property in August. Come along, see if we can learn anything. So, common question would be, why run the light precision rifle? So, I competed a couple of years ago in the tactical games, and I was running standard duty kit. I wasn't running match grade anything, standard Glock, standard general purpose rifle. When I was looking around at my competitors, the common theme that I noticed is everybody was running match grade. Match grade pistols as far as staccatos, STIs, and all those race guns, and then everyone had a match grade barrel in their carbine. So again, accuracy matters, speed matters. So I landed obviously on our light precision rifle. A lot of people think that the light precision rifle is specifically designed just for those long ball matches, quantified performance, all the other ones out there, the gas gun division, so on and so forth. But it's a precision rifle. So if you're in a competition that requires accuracy, then this gun is for that competition. Specifically around the tactical games, they do hit, miss, or go, no-go targetry. So it's inside a smaller box. They're not counting points, so to speak. They're not doing a 300 AG or a 400 or 500 AG. It's either hit or no hit, right? So today we're going to be talking about what makes the whole umbrella of a rifle accurate. So we're going to talk about optic, whether it's an LPVO, a red dot. We're going to talk about ammo selection, talk about the gun a little bit, and obviously the shooter is that last phase. All four of those things combined is going to dictate how accurate a weapon system can or cannot be. Why the LPR? Well, the LPR is a precision rifle, so it's going to give me great accuracy, right? A lot of people are going to be like, well, why not run a shorty if it's a movement obstacle based event? Well, one, if you've ever shot a 10-3 without a can, it's pretty alarming. I've already sustained enough head injuries. I don't need to give myself more. So you add a suppressor to that, and it more or less becomes a 16-inch gun. The benefits of adding a 16-inch barrel versus a 10-3 is I'm going to have more muzzle velocity. It's going to be likely a lot more accurate. And at the end of the day, the weight isn't that different. So I'm going to be running the full 16. I'm a big guy as far as my height is concerned. So that is where I'm at with that. So another reason for the LPR. If you take a look at our LPR, or you've been following on the website or on Instagram, we have a full length ARCA segment on the bottom. So our whole handguard is ARCA. What that doubles as a flat surface. So what tactical games is really good about is making the shooter interface with barricades. So you're either going to shoot strong side unsupported, support side unsupported, just out in the wild, or you're going to be interfacing. So specifically on one stage where we talked about a little bit further distance with carbine, there is a 55-gallon barrel flat on the top, and I've got a flat on the bottom now. So I'm going to be able to interface with that barricade. So any level horizontal barricade that I'm going to come across, I'm going to be able to purchase into that and build a really pretty solid position instead of, your more circular handguards that you find on those general purpose handguards. So as far as ammo selection goes, so competition shooting, this is kind of a blasty competition, not real high level of accuracy. Most of the targetry at distance is 66% steel. So we don't need to run match grade, right? Probably not anyways. So I'm going to choose today between 55 grain 5.56 or 55 grain 223. And again, we're going to try to collect some data, see what the accuracy printing looks like, and then from there, make an informed decision on what we want this gun to run and what we're going to run. All right, so we're going to give this 223 55 grain a go and see what kind of tune we can get out of this trombone, so to speak. All right, so we got the 55 grain 223 down and printed. Not real happy with it. We're gonna try the 55 grain 5.56 now and see if we can get a little bit more juice. All right, So we are going to do a quick 10-round accuracy check with the 5.56 red dot, 100 yards. All right, so that's 10 rounds out. Switch over to the 223. So realistically, like, there's a point where magnification does become truly helpful, and sometimes there's a point that it hasn't really got to the distance where it's super helpful. So in a 1 to 8 power LPVO, like I was shooting today, so you know, this is some 55 or 5.56 55 grain, and overwhelmingly it looks like the 55 5.56 did better than the 223, and that could have a lot to do with just the ammo quality control, the standard deviation of muzzle velocities, stuff like that. And then the dot, so you know, you look at your 223 and that's like a wild group, and a lot of times what the problem is with a dot when you're trying to shoot precision at 100 yards, you can't necessarily see, and your dot is obscuring a big portion of that targetry, and then it just becomes problematic to know what your true point of aim is because you can't refine it with magnification. So the LPVO, you can definitely refine that point of aim a lot better, and you know, you get tighter groupings because of it. And you know, we were playing a bit of an ammo roulette, so to speak, shooting some lower end stuff because we're, you know, trying to find some blaster ammo that will perform well. Generally speaking, we'll have to put some calipers on these and seeing what these group size looks like. But yeah, not bad, not great, probably somewhere in the middle there. All right, so that kind of wraps up a little bit of the ammo testing as far as the data from the ammo. And what we're seeing is the 5.56 is performing marginally better than the 223, both in 55 grain. And you know, there's science that we could talk about, but honestly, some guns like some ammo just better. And they all have specific diets and you have to figure out what that diet is. As far as the LPVO versus the red dot, they're all goes on all of the positional work that we did with the reloads. So right now it's marginal. Weight isn't an option of something to talk about right now because I was on a barricade. So once we start doing some standing position work, we'll see whether or not that accuracy, as far as my accuracy, can maintain, and if I can start to perceive that change in weight by running the LPVO versus the red dot. I will, something of note, the LPVO, I left at 3 power the entire time. I didn't really roll in or roll out. Like I said, the last time I competed, I think it was at like 2.5 power, and you know, I did all the work today with 3, with the exception of obviously 0 and accuracy groups. The LPR is a gas gun, and a lot of people are looking at light precision rifle and they think, you know, it's a precision rifle, and I can't run it like a fighting gun, but I will tell you, you can run this like a fighting gun. It is a gas gun, it's designed to go fast. It's been real fun to shoot with a red dot. We're just talking, I don't think we've seen an LPR with a red dot on it yet. But so far so good. It's fast, it's holding all the go targetry that I had set up. And if you know our CEO, then fighting man's rifle, that's what we're trying to create here. So as far as the TAC games is considered, I haven't made a hard and fast decision. I'm leaning in the direction of LPVO at this current juncture, but tomorrow in the next part, we're gonna be running more performance metric drills. So the timer will come out and we'll start being able to gauge speed, how the gun feels with the different weights, maybe suppressed, maybe not suppressed, and then be able to take the accuracy standards and come out with some more data and then wrap this whole thing up and kind of see where it's supposed to go.